Well, good afternoon. I'm Ed Ullman, a pharmacist up at the Wellness Center on the mountaintop in the community of Tannersville, New York. Okay, we are finally beginning to see our reopening. It is wonderful to start to see the infrastructure projects that are going on. We in our little community just had our road right down our village totally repaved and sidewalks improved. And I really didn't even have a problem with the noise right now, watching everybody come up. It's great to see the construction crews out there working on rehabilitation and getting back. Our farmers are opening up again. Our nurseries are opening and showing, beauty. And the fishermen are out there getting trout in the Esopus. We want to keep that energy going. Today, I wanted to talk less about the numbers and more what I'm seeing. You all are following the big story of what is happening in our country, and I think we'll just leave it as it is right there. But I want to share with you some upbeat stories that we've had here at our Wellness Center that shows the heart of our community. And there was many all through the week, but a couple that really hit me was we have a patient, and she had a catering business down in New York City that was relatively high end, and she was doing wonderful, and then 9/11 hit, and she lost everything. And she came up to the mountaintop to heal. And she's doing the best as she can, but she is an incredible cooker. And she turned around this week and brought in this beautiful Japanese dish for our whole staff to eat, and just said, "Good luck, everyone." Or the gardener that has a nursery business in town, all of a sudden he just started planting all these things around our front sign because he said we needed it. That's it. And we had a Peace Village brought us in food from their garden because they thought it would be nice for us. And this goes on and on. And without us asking, the folks at Twilight in Ontario Park asked their residents to help. And we raised over $2,000 in 2 weeks for our patient assistance fund. That was it. And you know how I was able to use that fund? Just this week, for instance, we had two young moms that had babies. And the babies didn't have Medicaid insurance yet. So they came in, and when they found that out, they panicked. And I said, "No, we can take care of everything. You got to get back. You're a mom. You have to heal from the C-section. We got everything covered for you under our patient assistance fund. Now you just go home." Or the young couple that came in, and the woman was in a panic attack, and she had limited funds, and said, "I'm scared." And I said, okay. I looked her in the eyes. I said, "Let's calm down. We're going to go over to our couch, and we're going to give you CBD oil, and it's going to be able to help bring you down, and we're just going to get through this together. You're going to be all right." And I said, "Our patient assistance fund is going to cover this for you." Or the guy that came in, and we've had quite a number of these, with dental pain. And he comes in, and he's 31 years old, and he says to me, I can't go to a dentist. Actually, there's none open right now. And he goes, "I have no insurance, and so what can I do? I'm in bad dental pain, and the tooth, the only way I know what to do is I'm chipping it off little at a time to see finally it will go." And I go, "It's infected. You got a problem." I said, "How much money you have?" He says, "I got $3.95. Great. You pay for the ibuprofen, and I'm going to take care of everything else through our patient assistance fund. We're going to get rid of that infection, and we're going to get you out of pain, and we're going to get you back on your feet." All week long, I get the honor to do these type of they feel good, but they're helping people, especially in a time now where transportation is tough, cash flow is tough. Many are losing health insurance that they took for granted before. And because of your help, I'm able to help. Just a good, feel-good stories. I also want to share with you some of the latest update on this puzzling virus. And the first, it now is appearing that this virus is primarily spreading not just by coughs and sneezes, which is what we were looking at, that it's around 6 feet around us, but by one's voice, so that it's being held very much into the nasal passages in our throat area. And so what happens when people are not practicing safe distancing, they are in effect are being infected right from each other by their voice. So we need to know that, and that's important to know about this virus. And we also now know that this virus is not one that is mutating very little. Now, the good news on that is that by not mutating, all right, that means it will make it easier for a vaccine, perhaps, to be able to predict more and to have a higher probability. But on the other hand, what we're finding is that this particular virus, which impacts the mucosa surfaces, especially, again, our nose and our throat, but then goes down and impacts the respiratory system. And then that is going to produce these illnesses. That virus appears to be short-lived. And so what that means is that the immunity that an individual will be building up to the virus might not be providing us much protection as we would like. And what that is going to, it's very similar to the influenza. You know, every year the influenza comes, we have vaccinations, and we find that if it's a successful year where the CDC was able to predict what strands of the virus we're going to have and put it together, it's successful about 50% of the time. That means that many individuals who got the vaccination still got sick, and many individuals who had the flu last year got sick again. It's because the influenza virus is very short-lived, and we don't build up deep amount of immunity towards it. So this was something for us that is new, and we're going to continue to follow the virus and what the experts are telling us about it. The other good trend, it was a 60-minute story on what they call convalescent plasma. And what it showed is a hospital in Philadelphia, and there's now 2,000 hospitals in the United States that have programs related to plasma. And what they're doing very aggressively, and they're trying to use technology from organ transplants that says, if we can find who are the best candidates for an organ transplant, do we increase the probability of the success of the transplant and the rejection? And so they're using that same thing to find the people who have had the coronavirus, who have antibodies, who are the strongest of the antibodies, and how do they take those and put it into individuals who are already sick, or hopefully before they go onto an incubator or for it, and will they see success? And the project, I thought for a very short term, I thought the success was quite remarkable. And we should follow that a little bit more. Now, two trends that on the positive that I really found interesting is one in the environment. Now, we all are reading about this. About in Venice, one of the highest tourist attractions. The canals are cleaning up, fish are coming back. All right, all over. You see some of the skies above Delhi, New Delhi in India, that is the most polluted. And they're cleaning up. In our community here, we have animals coming back, snakes. Who knew that Mother Nature could clean up so quick by reducing the amount of pollution we were putting in the air? Now, if that is not a good sign for us, if that is not one for us to make positive decisions going forward, I don't know what else is. There's the evidence. There it is in front of us. And the other thing I want to talk about is, you know, we're evaluating a lot on the class of 2020, whether it's the high school class that didn't go to their prom, who turned around and missed graduation, that are now uncertain about secondary education for themselves, or the college students who are coming out saying, I thought I had this all locked up, I thought I had my job, I missed graduation, I missed a lot of, I didn't see my friends. And next may not know, we're done. And that would be it. That's great loss. And in Albany College of Pharmacy, where I'm on the President's Advisory Committee, these students have to complete their internships before they can take their license exam. How are they going to do that? So the uncertainty goes real deep. And then there's a message that the class of 2020 are getting. Okay, you are our future. You and the decisions that you're going to be making and how you respond to the violence going in the street, how you respond to the coronavirus is going to shape you and ultimately shape our society. Now, I got the same message when I was their age because we were at the end of the Vietnam War. We came off of assassinations. We watched a president resign in disgrace. It was very traumatic times. And I was told, you are the future of our country. Your activities, what you stand for, all right, your integrity is going to be the future of our society. And that's what these young adults are being told right now. I have great compassion for them. I have great love for them. And you know, right now they're numb, but they will step back. They will step back. And you know what we're going to see? This is a generation that's colorblind. They don't understand racism, right? They don't understand why are we upset about religion. They are very comfortable with homosexuality. They have some positive values that they are shaping up to be the next generation of Americans. Let's celebrate them. Let's help them on the road. All right, and that's what I observe, and I'm proud to see it. Now, let's go forward. Let's help especially our small businesses to reopen. All right, this is a tough, dicey time for them, and they took a big hit to the stomach, and they still are. All right, let's help them to get back. Put a hand out. Let's go. Let's continue to be smart, huh? Prevention. We've heard it all now. And social distancing is important to stop the spread. Let's help our counties with to continue with their testing programs and then to their contacts that they can meet to try to isolate them so they don't reinfect. Let's all work together. And I hope that what we're able to share in our little wellness center on the mountaintop, I hope that other communities are able to share because, boy, it has been beautiful. See you next week.